So this one is about new types of wash machines. And the only reason why I say that is because I think the old type has been around for so long, and I'll give this away for free. This whole idea, this whole concept, whatever. To whoever, wherever, whenever. You can have this one for free. So, I don't know. So we got the water line up to here. And in this bit is where the cloves go. Now, if we're thinking about it, we're going to be able to put quite a lot of cloves in this. Like loads, so it's quite big. Now whether we're going to go in through the side or whether you go in through the top, that's up to you, but safety feature if there is a kid inside here. So this is why I was thinking about making a basket load that perhaps you can open from the top, yeah, and then you can get some cloves in this little area here. This bit collapses down on itself. Now what this is like a I don't know what they're called. The ones where you put the coffee in it, the loose ground coffee, and you press down the plunger and you move all of that separated stuff down towards the bottom, and then you have nice clear coffee. Much like the same with this one. Now, our wash machine broke. Actually, both of them broke. They've both thrown up error codes. Now, that's neither here nor there, but it got me experimenting with the cloves. And we tried every method you can imagine inside a bathtub. And the most successful one that we got was this process right here. The color of the water is absolutely shocking. You would think that the wash machine hasn't been washing all this time. It clearly has, but still the amount of stuff, debris it got out of it. And it has made the Nike tick on one of my tops extremely white. And I was quite impressed with this. So we used the old-fashioned wash powder in this method. We did try the other ones. Not great. The smell, it's the smell on it. Now there was this uncanny, really bad smell come off of the cloves the first time we tried this, a different method, and the smell indicates that it didn't clean too well. This way is the best way that we have found that works. There was another method of inside, like, I don't know, take a jar for example, big scale jar, and rotating this with, I don't know, bits that catch the sides so that when they're washing falls through it smacks into the sides, like a zigzaggy sort of shape. Just imagine little triangles on the side here. One here and then one slightly lower, and then the cloves sort of bash down it by turning. And we tried that one, very effective. But this one by far, if we were to put the cloves inside here, this bit drops down into the water and it takes air. So how does this process work? It works much like a cloth. When you get a cloth after you've wiped down all your worktops and you run it under the tap and you squeeze it, and it's using the air forces through the garment. You see, I always thought that wash machines would clean, but I think it's the air. It's adding air into it, the washing, and then squashing the air through the garment, which forces it through it. The easiest way to do it was to have a hydraulic type press that pushes down this layer here, and this whole cube comes all the way down, falls into the water, takes on a lot of air, it then crushes it down, and then it picks back up again, gets into the air, it smashes down, crushes up, lifts down, crushes up, lifts down, crushes up. And this is a new type of wash machine that is, it can be the same size, chuck the stuff into the side at the top, and then as it's lifting in and out of the water. When it lifts out, the cloves take on the air. It can also do it this way, which I think is probably a better program, but you'll have to try it out. One where it comes down and it squashes down this way, and then when it goes back up again, it squashes the water out of it. And then when it comes back down, it squashes the air out and therefore bubbles in the water, and then lifts out and bubbles this way, lets out all of the water. So it squashes it on both ends of the spectrum. So one is a squish at the top to get rid of the water, and then it crashes back into the water, and then it squashes into the water to push the air out. So you're using the best of both worlds. You're squeezing the water out into the air, and you're squeezing the air out into the water. It can be slightly bigger as well, a lot bigger. And the reason I say that is because another invention that we got is working way beyond anything that I could ever expect. Wet garments in there, like to the point that they're dripping wet. and it's drying it in the same amount of time. It is incredible. I can't believe it, to be honest. So, whoa, that is impressive. But yeah, this type of a wash machine is free for y'all to have. Anybody, anywhere, any country, any continent, anywhere, any flag, wherever. Yeah, I think this one should be looked at, really seriously looked at. It's bringing a more of a modern approach to the concept of washing. You can get a lot more in there. No more spinny motor, no more belts, no more of this harsh stuff, whatever. And it really, the color of the water, if you could actually see the color of the water, you would be staggered by the amount of debris this is removing. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Are the clothes okay? Yep, they're really good. Another thing is, they stay fresher for longer. And I guess it's because you're really cleaning out all of the stains from it. It's still fresh, man. This is still so fresh. So we did do it with this. We did it with a whole week's worth of washing. We have tried every single method you can imagine. Getting in there and treading on it. Oh, it's hard work, man. That was hard work, but it was worth it in the end because we got some really good concepts. And the best one was up, squish, down in, squish the bubbles through the garment, out, squish, in, squish, out, squish, in, squish. And yeah, this is working really well. Minimal amount of water as well. If you want to go next generation on top of that, then a nice little bubble pump here that can add in some bubbles, probably from the bottom, maybe make a plate at the bottom. And this is connected to this, and this is constantly releasing bubbles. Lots of tiny little bubbles. I mean, I don't know, maybe. And it takes the air from the top and it pumps a load of bubbles through the water. You don't want the water to cover up to here because you're going to need to squish it out. So if the water line was more like here, this would be a bit better, and then it comes crashing down into it and squeezes out all of that air and makes all of those bubbles. And yeah, it really gets into the fabric using the best of both worlds. And then, could you put a different gas in there other than oxygen? You know, to get it go through the water a bit better? It's possible, I suppose. And then you can have like a air killing technology as well as a water chemical killing technology. And yeah, I think this is a great way forward. No more spinning, no more rotating. I mean, how do you dry the clothes? Well, you pre-dry them by squishing them, which then makes the other device need even less energy to dry it. No more spinning, just a squash. Just give it a squish. The squish machine. It sounds really weird, but still, whatever you could make from that concept. So yeah, I found it to be the best one so far. Try it. Just give it a go in a lab somewhere. Give this a good old go, and when you see the water, you'll know how well it's working. And when you see the garments that come off of it as well, it's absolutely incredible. I don't know if I got it to hand. I think I have. Let me just get it, because I mean, it is really white. It's really white. I've never seen it that white before. I've washed it numerous times to the point I've kind of shrunk it, but that's because of the amount of times we've been experimenting with it. This one. This is my Nike top. Look how white that is. It's incredible. It's like brand new again. Look at that. Look at the difference. I mean, I should have done it before, but it wasn't that white. No way was it. That is crazy clean. There you are. That is incredible. I mean, I'm outstanding with it, to be honest. It is absolutely outstanding. And the freshness is unbelievable. I can really smell that. You see, we used Ariel. Oh, yeah, that smells good. I can smell your product in this, and it is very nice. We didn't use any fabric softener either. And this is pretty darn soft. It's not like cardboard. Yeah, I like the fabric softeners because they do smell really nice, but it's a little, we were just doing it cheap. We just can't afford it right now. So Yeah, and we use the powder. The powder works better for this. The gel, there is a smell to it. I gotta admit, there is a funny sort of smell afterwards. There's a, I don't know what it is about that. There's a very, very funny smell. And in the powder, it doesn't seem to have it. You seem to get that. So, I don't know, perhaps the old way is better on the wash powder is better than the new gel. I've give it a go. Up to you, you give it a go. I mean, you're manufacturers anyway, so you want the best product in your machines. But this type of machine, sitting in a kitchen or your laundry room, wherever it is, I think this will revolutionize the way we clean stuff. I don't think you can go putting in stuff like this, obviously. I think it's just common sense, to be honest. It will crush your hat. So yeah, there might be a gentle mode where it can just, a delicate mode, which would probably not do the crushing. It would just do the dunking, dropping and dunking and dropping. I don't know, maybe a delicate mode like that or something. But there's another setting to add onto it. A bubble mode and also a soak mode. If this was left to soak for a little while in the water before it started doing all of this for an added booming, I don't know, perhaps not these clothes, but perhaps your underwear and your socks perhaps might want to go on a soaky mode, you know. Yeah, I think that's probably important to have that. Do you need hot water? Tried it with cold and tried it with hot. Pretty much the same results. Actually, it wasn't hot, it was like lukewarm. That was only because the fingers, you know, giving it, giving it a good old squeeze with those and getting it all ready. So, yeah. Make of that what you will. And I could draw it up for you and I'd even give it for free. All of it. This whole concept, free, whatever you want to do with it, free, take it and change the world with it, because I think that better clean clothes, motors, belts and different stuff like that, you know, there are some kinks that need working out of that. Like a press. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. So yeah, there you go. I'm going to leave it here, make this one short and sweet, but what do you reckon? Do you think you could do it? Do you think you could get that going? Be impressive. Oh, and if you'd want to send me a free one, like, you know, after you've built one, I'll be more than happy to receive that. Signed, sealed and delivered. That would be great. So, there's your squish machine. Give it a go.